Habits shape our lives in ways we often don't realize. From the moment we wake up to the way we wind down at night, our actions are largely governed by routines we've built over time. Some habits help us grow, while others hold us back. But why is it so difficult to break bad habits, and how can we change them for good? History offers many lessons about the power of habits. One of the most famous figures in history, Aristotle, once said, "We are what we repeatedly do." Excellence, then, is not an act but a habit. Centuries later, scientists confirmed what philosophers had long believed. Our brains are wired to follow patterns. The more we repeat an action, the stronger the neural pathways become, making it feel almost automatic. Take the story of Benjamin Franklin. As a young man, Franklin identified 13 virtues he believed would make him a better person, from humility to industry. He created a small journal where he tracked his progress daily, marking every failure and success. Over time, he realized that trying to change all his habits at once was overwhelming, so he focused on one virtue at a time. His method worked, and by the end of his life, he had become one of history's most accomplished figures. Modern psychology explains why this approach is effective. Studies show that habits are formed through a loop: cue, routine, and reward. The cue triggers the behavior, the routine is the action itself, and the reward reinforces it. For example, a person who bites their nails when stressed experiences stress as the cue, biting as the routine, and relief as the reward. To break the cycle, one must either change the routine or replace the reward. Consider the historical case of Mahatma Gandhi. Before becoming a global symbol of peace and resistance, he struggled with shyness and self-doubt. Instead of accepting these traits, he deliberately changed his behavior, forcing himself to speak publicly and engage with people. Over time, this new habit became his identity. His story teaches us that small, repeated actions can redefine who we are. In the modern world, breaking bad habits requires the same principles. The key is awareness, identifying the habit, understanding its triggers, and gradually replacing it with a healthier alternative. Take the example of someone who wants to quit smoking. If they smoke whenever they feel anxious, replacing the cigarette with deep breathing or a quick walk can help rewire the habit loop. James Clear, author of Atomic Habits, emphasizes the power of small changes. Instead of aiming for drastic overnight transformations, he suggests making tiny improvements, just 1% better each day. Over time, these small changes compound into significant results. This method has been used by athletes, business leaders, and even entire organizations to achieve long-term success. Another essential factor in habit change is environment. Studies show that our surroundings play a huge role in shaping behavior. A simple example is eating habits. If healthy foods are easily accessible, we're more likely to choose them over junk food. This principle was famously applied in 18th century France when Napoleon reformed his army's food supply, ensuring soldiers had nutritious meals which significantly improved their endurance and performance. Breaking a bad habit isn't about willpower alone, it's about strategy. Using tools like habit tracking, accountability partners, and rewarding progress can make a significant difference. Whether it's quitting procrastination, eating healthier, or managing stress better, understanding the psychology behind habits gives us the power to take control of our lives. Ultimately, history, science, and personal experience all point to one truth: change is possible. It takes patience, persistence, and the right mindset. But the habits we create today determine the person we become tomorrow. So the next time you catch yourself falling into an old habit, remember, you have the power to rewrite your story, one small change at a time.